All right, welcome to another episode of Five Lace Garage. You know, most of the time my projects choose me rather than I choose my projects. I know some of you are actually anxious to see about the transmission off the Wagoneer. Right now that's on hold, mostly because I have a small issue with selling wood. Now I do have not a huge pile of wood, but I do have a good size of oak wood that I've had for sale for a little bit, and I've had a couple interested parties, and I need to deliver it. Now when I sell wood, I always go for a face cord, which a face cord is 4 feet high by 8 feet long, normally about 16 inches wide. Now I usually cut mine around 18 or so. If they're smaller than that, I'll double them up just to, I don't want to shortchange my customers. So the problem is when you load it up, you need to know exactly how much it is. So what we're going to do today is actually build a face cord rack. You can buy these pretty cheap, but that's not my style. I want to build it. So some of the things that you're going to need to do this today, you're going to need some fasteners. I have some 3.5-inch exterior screws. I have my drill, and yes, that is a tie wrap holding my battery on, because I don't throw anything away. Also, we have pressure treated 2x4s. We're just going to use that. We're going to have 2 as the long runners. We're going to cut a couple of them down to make the side, to make them all together. And then we're going to go straight up with it, 4 feet. And then we're going to connect it in the middle with something on top so that the boards don't go kick over to the side. There's a bunch of other different designs out there. I'm going to do it this way just because that's the way I want to do it. And it's my show. All right, so let's get started. We're just going to measure this off. Hey, look, it's 8 foot, because these are 8-foot studs. So anyway, come follow me and let's get it building. All right, so there's the wood pile. I got a bunch of branches holding it there, but it goes all the way up to the building, couple rows there, all those roads right there. But I need to get the branches off. I need to get down to the wood and be able to sell it. Because the more I sell, the more I will have available for lockers, lifts, fix the transmission. Yeah, I got to get it sold. I need parts, cheap parts. They're not cheap. All right, so we want to do this as 8 foot long. We will need to get it to at least 14 inches wide, so we can measure it off. So we need 14 inches. So 3 minus 14, yeah, okay, so we need about, let's just say 10 inches. We'll cut a little bit shorter. It should be fine. So I have a couple pieces of scrap board here. These are also pressure treated, and these are left over from another project. So we're just going to cut these guys down into 10 inches and be able to put into our boards. Now, one thing I'm sure most of you already realize, that this day and age, everybody's trying to cut corners. So this is actually called a 2x4. Well, a 2x4 is actually 1.5 by 3.5. Yeah, they just try to cut corners down to the factory or in the mill or whatever. So yeah, not cool. So anyway, so we're just going to mark this guy up, get my pencil. There we go. So 10, 20, we're going to need at least 3. Might do 4. I got another piece right there. So let's get this cut up. Oh, and guess where I found all of these? Pencils and tape measures. From my tool stand. If you want to do a rundown on that one, it's on another video. So yeah, the tool stand actually was made by my 9-year-old daughter. Next engineer coming along. It's awesome. My other 2, just as good. They've done other things. It's just that one was the latest one, so I'm going to talk about it. That and I'm using it. Ha. All right, so I got 5 of these cut. We're not going to use all of them, but let's see how many we do need. So we're just going to leave these up on its end. We're going to take our 2x4. Actually, let's measure it out. Make it look pretty. All right, so we have a bunch of these actually cut out, and we're gonna put one every 2 feet. And this is just gonna keep the boards together. The wood that's out there is pretty dry. It's not gonna be that much weight, but let's make sure it's not gonna fall over. So one thing you probably noticed that this thing makes a lot of noise. This is actually an impact driver. It comes with quick chucks. You can put Phillips heads, straight flatheads, whatever. But I always go Phillips because it doesn't strip as bad, but it does have a potential of doing that. And actually this one right here is actually a regular drill. Now this one just goes round and round. It doesn't go hammer hammer, just round and round. It's okay for drilling holes and stuff like that. Impact driver is a lot better with screwing in screws because it doesn't strip as bad. That and it sounds impressive when you're making a lot of noise. All right, so we got our base done. Very simple project, very straightforward, as they say. Now it's a little bit warped. It's kind of been sitting up here for a little bit, drying out and not stored properly. That's my fault. But she is ready to go. We're just gonna put some ends on it and use this guy here to actually bridge the top, I hope. So let's make some riggers. 4 feet high. We want to make sure we get 4 feet between this rack and the top rack. So we need 4 foot, so that's 48 inches, plus 1.5 inches, 49.5, plus 3.5 for this, so that's 49.5. So that's, wow, 53 inches. So we need two sticks, 53 inches long. You know what really sucks is that these are 96 inches long. So I'm going to have to use a little bit from both. Bummer, dude. And you know what? I might actually do 54 inches. Just to make sure I give my customer that little bit more. That's how I roll. One bad thing about nowadays, customer service sucks. Mostly. I do have an HVAC guy that is fantastic. Every time I have an issue or whatever, he is there. He will leave his house or send one of his people down here, but the owner of the company will come out. He'll talk to you. He's all about customer service. Awesome guy. Maybe I'll give him a pitch down below. Look at the comments. Not the comments, but the description. All right, so we got our 2 out legs. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and screw that to the ends, and then I'm gonna need a 4-foot piece to actually get screwed over here. Now I'm not actually going to put that up there until we get outside, because this will be really hard to get down those stairs. Hopefully I got one more piece of 2x. Oh look, I do. Isn't that awesome? Here we go. Well, this is basically all we really need to go build our stuff. But before I go up there, I'm just going to take a bunch of screws and actually get these things started so I'm not carrying this garbage. All right. One quick tip though, you see how I got 3 of them right here? Now I could use 4, but the biggest thing is you have to look at the grain. If ow, splinter under the fingernail. Oh, that's going to be sore. Anyway, so if you look at the grain, you don't want to have 2 screws on the same line of grain. If you do that, it's just going to split. So I have 3 here, I got 1 over here, 1 here, and then 1 in the middle. And hopefully it should not split as much. It still splits, but you know, not as much, not as much. All right, it's ready to go. Let's take it outside and put some wood on it. All right, let's get it downstairs. 1, So well, you didn't think I was gonna carry it, did you? All right, so it is up. It is sort of stable. It is still a little bit warped, but should work. I did put bricks underneath it because you don't want to have bare wood sitting on the ground, because then it would just rot away. You know, it is pressure treated, but eventually it will rot away. So anyway, so this is basically 4 foot high, maybe a little bit more than 4 foot, but like I said before, I don't want to shortchange my customers. So basically what I'll do is fill this up, and this right here will be a face cord. Right now I'm at I think 120 bucks a face cord. I will deliver locally. Anything further than that, we need to talk and see how much my fuel is going to be, how much my time is going to be, and all that type of stuff. So anyway, but I needed a way to measure it out and just have it ready. So all I do is back the truck in, throw everything in there, and go. And then I'll fill this back up later. It is good to actually reshuffle your wood anyway, because you don't want it sitting in one spot for too long. It will rot away if it's going to be there for a long period of time. Now, a couple little tidbits here that you always have to watch out for. All right, these stacks of wood, not very stable. As you can see, that stack is leaned in against this stack. So what I was going to do is actually start taking it from here and from there to fill this up. So, put my dollar gloves on, and we're going to get started. All right, there you go. There is a face cord. Now it is 4 feet high and is 8 feet long. Each piece is roughly 16 to 18 inches long. There are some that are a little bit shorter, but I try to double them up so it actually creates as one piece. But anyway, but yeah, like I said, my projects choose me. So go ahead and hopefully build your own and then buy some wood from me. Yeah. So anyway, like I said, I do deliver locally, and we will talk about anything outside the area. So anyways, tune in. We got some other stuff coming up. We got some more automotive. We got some yard work stuff. And we'll see what other project chooses me. Till then, later.